Like, do you really like music? Okay. We can do this then.
We're here at Holy Cross today to basically give almost like a musical show and tell demonstration of different instruments that are taught at the school.
A number of times a year we take the opportunity to go into the schools, both in the separate and the Catholic system, and we put on performances for the kids. So even if the kids don't get a chance to come out and take music lessons, we take the music lessons to them instead.
Every school show that we go to, we always ask for a show of hands who plays music. It shows the other kids that maybe some of their friends are taking music that they didn't know about.
I started taking guitar lessons when I was 10 years old, and before that I played air guitar.
One thing I mentioned when we do these shows is how when I was 10 years old, we got a call from a salesman at Sault Piano and asking my mom if she had a son or daughter who wanted to take piano, organ, or guitar lessons, and she asked me, and I said, well, I think guitar, because I was playing air guitar on a golf club at that point. And I really didn't know anything about music. My parents didn't play, but my grandparents did, but they didn't play at that point. And went and signed up for the lessons and kind of really took to it. And I'd say every major thing that's happened in my life has something directly to do with music.
When it comes to music, it's more important that the kids are enjoying what they're doing. So if you see an interest and a love of music in your child, I wouldn't deter for an age factor. I wouldn't hold off just because they're not hitting some magic number. I would see where you could invest in the kids.
Mama don't allow no hand clapping around here. Mama don't allow no hand clapping around here.
Grade 1 up to about grade 5, I think, they don't care about being cool. They hear music and they start clapping and they can't really sit still. And you know, it's like we were all like that when you're in grade 6, 7, 8. It's all about being cool, so you don't want to really show that you like something too much. And so those kids are usually at the back. I know they're listening and I hope they're enjoying it. But you know, we have all the little ones right up front, and yeah, just get a rush of energy just from seeing them there and liking it and clapping and singing along and everything.
Everybody takes music a little bit differently. Some kids were bouncing up and down, and others were a little bit more reserved, and others were singing. And we enjoy making things a little bit more real to the students.
I guess you don't know until you try. I mean, I've had a lot of students where guitar wasn't for them. You know, they tried it for 8 weeks and it's like, okay. Then they tried piano and then they stuck with that. So, you know, I even say like if they want to try some drums, or, you know, parents are always scared of that. No drums. But yeah, piano, guitar, ukulele is a popular one for little kids because it's easy for them to put their hands on the neck and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, I would just recommend if a parent, you know, once the child is old enough, try it out.
Whenever you see an excellent musician play, it can either inspire or it can also be this overwhelming task that a lot of students take. And they see it a little bit differently. But as long as you take it a half hour a day, especially if the parents are included within the music practice, if they ensure that the students are practicing, it makes all the difference for discipline. Just like sports, jamming is very similar to that, where you're making, you're compiling musical experiences and you're creating different things. And I can't emphasize enough how important it is for kids to be able to feel that little bit of freedom that they're producing themselves, whether or not be physical, but it's definitely a mental game, more or less. And it can be so much fun.
What I see for a lot of the younger students is that when they have to sit there and figure something out, and that's kind of a skill that would apply in many other subjects for the rest of their lives. When they're sitting there and they're like, what is that note? What finger plays that note? And you really kind of see the gears turning. I think when a child is doing that at a young age, you know, it's such a good thing.
It's a way to connect with other people. It's a way to connect with my own feelings as well. And I've been very fortunate. I started competing when I was about 6 years old, and I started performing on main stage productions when I was about 10. It's something that you can give back, but you get so much from it yourself. It's really quite something.
A lot of kids think that they can't sing, and they don't know where to start in terms of that. Whenever they hear a popular song on the radio and they want to sing it, and they want to sing it well, but they just don't know where to start. And that getting music lessons is definitely a fantastic place to start.
Getting ready to get here is always a bit of a trial, because it's like, you know, I have the baby at home and trying to move gear and then everything, it's like kind of frantic, and you get set up and okay, I think we're ready to go. But then once you start playing the first tune and you see all the little kids clapping, then it's just a great time. And I always leave these shows feeling just really great.
Leslie Walsh, Tibbin, Hannah Waddell, Christopher Walls, Mark Goff, Byron Jaskeline, and my name's Lindsay Pugh, and we're all from the Thomas Walsh School of Music.